We need we need a short Wolverine in the movies. We just do. And though Hugh Jackman is 6'2", and he did a great job playing Wolverine, I think it's time that we looked for an actual 5'3" actor to play Wolverine. Why do I say this? Because in the comic books, Wolverine is 5'3", but it's not just because in the comic books he's 5'3", so we should have a 5'3" actor play Wolverine. But it's that one of the things that makes Wolverine so aggressive, so prone to aggression, is that his height always comes into question. So, uh, everything about his abilities from people who don't know him comes into question because he's short, and that's part of the character. That's a big part of the character. Um, you start to strip away some of the substance of Wolverine when you make him taller. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. But I think it's about time. I think it's about time that if slash when Marvel decides to reboot the whole X-Men, and recast Wolverine, I think they should go with an actor who's short and then play on that height issue, because then that would be entertaining. I mean, you think about like Wolverine's relationship with Sabretooth being taller, and how that can be you know entertaining to watch. How Sabretooth would always refer to Wolvie's height, you know, uh, compared to himself. It would be an interesting um, it would be an interesting exchange to see, as well as many other exchanges, like the love triangle with Wolverine, Scott, aka Cyclops, and Jean Grey. Jean Grey chooses to be in a relationship with Cyclops, but she, behind closed doors, she has a thing for Wolverine. Maybe, you could use, Wolvie's short height of 5'3" to sort of, as an added element to why she chooses Scott. That's just, I think that would be interesting to watch. That would be entertaining too. And here's the thing, like, Stan Lee, he loved to give his characters flaws. So, you had Daredevil, who was blind. You had Thor, who, in his normal form, he had a limp and he had to use a cane. Um, you have the Thing, and he has body image issues, and he thinks he's ugly all the time. And then he has social anxiety because of it. There's so much substance when you provide the characters with their particular flaws, and one of Wolverine's particular flaws, if you would call it that, I would call it that, in how it was portrayed in the stories, as an aspect of his character, is his height. Wolvie is short. Wolverine is a short guy, and he's short. Plus, he's also Canadian, and you think about the stereotype of Canadians being, more, wussy, sissy than Americans. Then you had an added reason for Wolverine to get aggressive, to be, you know, to overcompensate because of these aspects that he was stuck with. It made him fascinating. And so I think that when Marvel decides to, you know, recast Wolvie, they should look for a short actor. It doesn't necessarily have to be 5'3", but around that shorter range of height. And I know, you know, that, you know, some people might think, well, you can't sell that, you know, but that's BS, because you look at Tom Cruise's career. Tom Cruise is short, and Tom Cruise has played a badass. Have you seen Collateral? If you've seen Collateral, you know Tom Cruise, a short guy, can play a badass. You know Humphrey Bogart back in the day he was a short guy. And he was great to watch. You know, you just go for a short guy. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? Because it adds more substance to Wolverine. It allows the story, you know, stories that have Wolverine in them to make more sense. It's just good. Anyway, have a good day. Peace, meow.